Our second team being inducted today is the 2010 Mules Baseball team. The 2010 Mules Baseball team had all the ingredients for an outstanding season. Good pitching, good hitting, good defense, and they did have an outstanding season. They won their first 5 games, all on the road, and 15 of their first 16. They rolled through the MIAA regular season with a 34-6 record and did not lose a single league series. A loss to Emporia State in their 3rd game of the MIAA tournament made it necessary for the Mules to beat the Hornets twice on the final day, which they did. Earning the host spot for the NCAA Regional, the Mules breezed through their first 3 games, but on the rain-delayed final day, dropped the first game against Abilene Christian, only to win a deciding game to earn a trip to the Division II National Championship in Cary, North Carolina. The Mules could not have gotten a tougher draw at Cary. Ranked number 3 themselves, they opened with a 3-0 shutout of number 2 Tampa, then dropped a tough 2-1 decision in 11 innings to number 1 at UC San Diego. 2 days later, the season came to an end with a 9-4 setback to number 4 Georgia College and State, to finish with a 52-11 record. Postseason awards were plentiful. Brooks Martin was a first-team All-American, Chance Tuttle a second-team selection, and Nick DiBiase earned 3rd-team honors. Tom Myers was MIAA Coach of the Year, with Martin, Tuttle, DiBiase, Nick Phillips, and Frank Speck earning 1st-team All-MIAA honors. Tuttle also earned the MIAA Player of the Year award. Martin was sensational on the mound, going 12-0 with a 2.08 ERA. Alex Kent was 8-0 out of the bullpen with a 1.53 ERA. In his first season with the Mules, DiBiase hit .406, led the team in hits, home runs, and runs batted in, while playing sensationally at first base, committing just 1 error all season. The Mules' 52 wins were the most in Tom Myers' coaching career with the Mules. Now let's enjoy this video about the 2010 Mules baseball team.
Only 8 Division II baseball teams earn an opportunity to compete in the annual College World Series. Making it to the series is an incredible accomplishment, but one that UCM's baseball program has achieved 17 times. Falling 1 game short of the series in 2009 did not sit well with Mules relief pitcher Alex Kent and his teammates.
You know, we hosted the regional in 2009, but we lost. We played the championship game, but had to watch another team dogpile on our stadium, which you know, made a lot of us returners, especially the senior and the junior core that was coming back, pretty angry that we let another team celebrate on our field. And then when we all come back from summer ball and everyone's just excited to see everyone, and that first day of conditioning, it was different than the year before.
Former Mules head coach Tom Myers noticed a sense of purpose in the 2010 team from the very beginning of the season.
You knew you're going to be good when your best players are also your hardest working players, and you look back at all the years tradition at the University of Central Missouri and all the great players and teams that have been through there. It's just not acceptable to be an average team. This group was one just trying to make sure to keep that tradition alive. They were just motivated individuals that were determined to get back to the national championships.
Losing star players to graduation can result in rebuilding phases for most college teams. But former Mules shortstop Brett Schwartz says UCM entered 2010 reloaded with outstanding talent.
When you got guys like Chris Matlock, Will File that leave, and I mean, that was our 3-hole hitter and then one of the best pitchers in MIAA history. I think if you look back and you think about the lineup and just the arms and the guys that contributed, it's kind of crazy. Even though you had like your Nick DiBiase's and Chance Tuttles that were kind of your superstars, but tons of guys found ways to contribute, and I think that's kind of what makes a great team. That's what makes it a team that gets to the World Series.
Transfer first baseman Nick DiBiase, along with Chance Tuttle, John Wegener, Tyler Roosh, Frank Speck, and Brett Schwartz, combined for a strong offensive attack. Pitcher Brooks Martin turned in a stellar 12-0 season, joining fellow starters Ryan Allen, Mitch Stubenhofer, and Matt Curtis. The Mules bullpen, including Alex Kent, Aaron Brett, and Travis Unthank, was anchored by an outstanding closer in Nick Phillips. Throughout the 2010 campaign, the Mules also turned in an outstanding defensive effort. Coach Myers says the team's depth proved to be a critical component in their postseason run.
I think what made that group very special were the kind of behind-the-scenes guys, the guys that were there at practice to motivate the guy in front of them to be even better, and I think that's typically what it takes is a collective group. When they got their moment, we had an experience at the conference tournament that year where guys off the bench played a huge role in winning that conference tournament, which propelled us into the regional and put us back on the right footing to win the regional.
Looking back to 2010, Alex Kent believes the key to the Mules' success was being strong in all phases of the game.
Really, it's balance. Our pitching staff had an under 4 ERA, led the conference in pitching that year. Our hitting led the conference in hitting. They hit over like 340 or something crazy like that as a team. Our defense, I think, was the thing that jumps off the page, especially being a pitcher. Our defense, led the conference in fielding. So it was just one of those things where truly in all facets of the game, we were just so focused on being the best we could be. Going to North Carolina and taking part in the College World Series just is another experience. Even though our bracket was loaded with the top 4 teams in the country, beating Tampa, a team that later had 9 guys drafted, their entire starting lineup was basically drafted a couple weeks later. Beating them and Brooks Martin throwing a complete game, shutout, and beating them 3-0 was big.
They've done something that only 8 teams a year get to do, and that's go to the World Series. They proved that they belonged with the elite groups at the University of Central Missouri, and they didn't win a national championship. We didn't win a national championship that year, but I think we were very capable, which is what you want. You want to take a team there that can compete, and we lost 2 1-1 games at the World Series, and that can go a long way, if you're 1 at-bat away maybe from winning 2 and putting yourself for the championship. And so this team has competed that year and on and off the field, academically, socially, among the elite, and they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.